Hello all, and welcome to the next video. Pretty straightforward, coming right out of the Scott Hall Wolfpack figure from the Legends line, the Target exclusive Legends line. We are taking a look at the Series 11 Bam Bam Bigelow. Some of you might be wondering, if you're only like a WWE or WCW fan, why is Bam Bam wearing black and gray? Because because this is not Bam Bam in his WWF run. This is Bam Bam in his ECW run, and if you want kind of his last WCW run, he wore black and gray there too. But yeah, this is a television ECW World Television Champion, Bam Bam Bigelow. Yeah, this is a figure I think a lot of us have wanted for a long time that we never thought we were going to get. I had an old Jakks Bam Bam. Actually, this is actually probably a good time to say this. I got rid of most of my Jakks collection. It wasn't as vast as I remember it being. I pulled it out of storage, and I noticed I was missing a lot of stuff. Like, I thought I had more. And it's funny because, like, my brother was here, and he was helping me go through it, and he's like, we broke a lot of them. He's like, you just don't remember it. He's like, you had them, but a lot of them were broken, and when we packed them up, he threw a lot of them away because they were broken. And he's right. I think he's right. But I did find my Jakks Bam Bam. Not a good figure in hindsight. It's very kind of a wonky. It had a good head sculpt, but it was a little bit of a wonky figure. But I am glad to have this one as a replacement. I am totally happy. Anyways, I got rid of most of those Jakks. They're pretty much all gone now. And yeah, Bam Bam, love it. Glad to have this one. Like I said, we got the ECW television title here. Pretty cool. Looks great. Yes, Bam Bam Bigelow was the television champion. And a lot of people may not remember this, but I'm pretty sure the way it worked was he's the one that beat Taz. To be fair, ECW was a little bit before my time. Like, I was born, but I was like 2 or 3 when that happened. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, Taz was like the unbeatable monster. He had the world television title, all that. And then Bam Bam's the one that beat him. And, like, Bam Bam Bigelow came in as the big badass monster and beat him. And they have that famous spot where he's in the Taz mission and he falls back and they go through the ring. It's an iconic ECW moment. But here's the back. There you go. Yeah, Taz. It mentions it in the bio. That's cool. I like that. Also, if you're not familiar, part of 1/3 of the what was it? Not the I was gonna say, who was the Jersey Triad? That was like DDP and somebody else. Triple Threat. There you go. The Triple Threat right there on the front. I like it's right there in front of me, and I'm acting like an idiot. Yeah, Triple Threat. It's Bam Bam Bigelow, Shane Douglas, and Chris Candido. Pretty cool team for its time. Probably not as remembered now, but in ECW at that time, they were like a dominant team. You had Candido. Shane Douglas was world champion, I believe, at that time. And then you have Bam Bam as your television champion. Like all around a similar time period. So it's pretty cool. But we're going to go ahead and crack this open. I'm excited for this one. I've been wanting a new Bam Bam for a long time. And I didn't want to pay for that first Legends Bam Bam with like he has like the big shoulder piece, like the shoulder pads that go on him, the fire ones. It's his new generation face run Bam Bam. But I did want this one. I do think it'd be cool to get Bam Bam with like the jacket and the purple flames. That would be cool. But here we go. He does have the red boots. Fun. Okay. So right out of the box, he comes with alternate hands. In the box he has regular mic holding hands, but he also comes with some open hands. There's the other one. And then he has closed-fisted hands. Cool, simple enough. I'm glad we're getting more hands with people. That's for a while there, it kind of sucked if you had somebody with like an open hand or only mic holding hands and no fisted hands. But now it seems like everybody's coming with a good variety of them, so happy about that. Okay. We have the ECW World Television title. I was kind of worried about this, like the way it would look and turn out. I will say on the side plates, there's some splotchiness, like it's not quite perfect. But beyond that, the center plate looks really good. I'm happy with how that actually looks and turned out. I was really worried about that because ECW had like some very, I don't want to say out there belt designs, but they were like very, somehow like bland but bright. Like they kind of just look like normal belts, but there's like this bright kind of orange, red, and blue going on. So I was kind of worried about how this would turn out. It looks great in person, so really happy to have that. Can't wait to get the Cactus Jack so we can kind of take a look at how the tag team title looks. So I think it comes with the tag team title, right? Yeah. Awesome. So happy to have that. I like it when we get belts that are kind of not the norm. And I know the World Television title is definitely iconic to ECW. So to have it here is pretty cool. Yeah. And let's get to Bam Bam. There we go, right up. Right out. First off, my first thing I want to say about this Bam Bam is I kind of straighten him out here, is how genuinely great this head sculpt is. That is a great head. Yeah, like the tattoos look good too. One of my issues with the old Jax Bam Bam was just how like bland they looked. They were just like one solid color. They didn't look good at all. They look splotchy and kind of weird. These are like really good and detailed. I like that. Nice. We've got the tattoos on the arms. They look good. There's color to them. Really like that. He's got the gray and the black, but with the red tipped boots. If you've seen this body before, you kind of know what it is. I'm pretty sure this is a lot of Vader reusage. I could be wrong on that. Mark Henry too, maybe. But it works for Bam Bam. Bam Bam was big, but he was very agile and stuff, so you don't have to make him overly big. That's one of the reasons I don't like the Jax one, is because it almost looked like too big. Like Bam Bam was big, but he's very athletic and very mobile. And the Jax figure just makes him look fat, like just outright fat, not mobile at all. This definitely fits better. He's big, but he's a little bit like more lean, so it gives him more of an athletic look, which Bam Bam was. So, yeah. If you're not familiar with Bam Bam Bigelow, go look up his work. He's one of the best big men of all time. He doesn't really get the credit he deserves, I don't think, but I mean, and I know a lot of people just always will associate him with the Lawrence Taylor stuff from WrestleMania 11, but like at the same time, like that's got to be worth something. I know his babyface push after that didn't work out and got cut short and everything, but like the fact that they trusted him enough to go in there with Lawrence Taylor and pull that off the way they did, I think speaks a lot about to the talent of Bam Bam Bigelow. And then if you really want some good stuff, go watch his ECW stuff, his matches against Taz and everything. Oh man, like Bam Bam's cool. His feet are a little stiff. I'm having a little bit of an issue with the foot here. Oh, there we go. I actually loosened it up as soon as I said that. Kind of came loose. So there we go. Stands good. Yeah. I like it. This is a good figure. I was super excited about this one. As much as I was excited for the Wolfpack Scott Hall, and John Studd's cool, this is actually the one I was probably the most excited for out of that, just because I wanted a new Bam Bam, and it's that ECW run which I think is, you know, maybe not as iconic to the average wrestling fan, but as a like hardcore wrestling fan, you know how cool it is. So yeah, really happy to have it. I think he's a great looking figure. I like the colors. I think they came out really well. It has like the different shades to the flames. So I was gonna say shades of gray. I kind of stopped myself there, just to not associate Bam Bam Bigelow with a crazy ass book. But you get the black, and then there's kind of like an off gray, and then a regular gray with the flames. It looks really good. I like the way it turned out. The red boots look nice. The red tip boots. I don't know, is the red tip boots accurate? I want to say they are, but anybody with more information, please let me know. Because I'll be honest with you, I don't remember the boots he wore in that match, is what it is. But the only complaint I really have is I noticed, kind of looking at it, Mine does have a little bit of a scuffing here on like with the V neckline, but it's not too bad, and I might be able to get that off with like a cloth or something. But beyond that, this is great. I like it. If you need a Bam Bam, get them. Like I said, I think Big John Stud was definitely a must-have in this line, just because we don't get a lot of Big John Stud figures, and he's one of those kind of iconic kind of big men of that time, you know, feuding with like Hogan and stuff, and Andre. One of those guys who really transitioned in WWF from like the 70s into the 80s. But I think out of these, maybe even more so, the must-have is this Bam Bam Bigelow. I do. It's kind of like a series of Legends ago when we had like oh, who was in it? It was like Greg Valentine was cool, and it was good to have a really good elite Greg Valentine. But the Paul Orndorff made that set. I feel like that's how this is. These are all cool, but this Bam Bam makes that set. So yeah, I really like this. I think it's great. Yeah, thank you. Thank you to the guy who I found this with, because I found him and Scott Hall together. So, and they were like a good price. It was just like base price. He was like, "Hey man, you want these? Cool." So happy to have it. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe if you want to. You don't have to, but I appreciate anybody who does, and I appreciate anybody who watches these. Thank you. And that's it for this mailbag. We went through it all. The Simpsons stuff, the wrestling stuff. Yeah. My next mailbag is going to be gigantic. I'm just going to tell you that now. It's massive. It's going to be big. Everything was spread out on my bar, and I took a picture of it and for the thumbnail. And it's so much stuff. It's not just mailbag. It's stuff I found because I took a trip to Lubbock. I took a trip to Roswell, New Mexico. I took a trip to a couple of other small towns. So it's mailbag stuff and store finds. It's massive. It's going to be long. So I'm apologizing in advance that the next mailbag is going to be insane. It's a lot of pre-orders and stuff that was delayed that all just showed up. So yeah, the past week of getting stuff has been crazy. So next mailbag, that's going to be the thing to look forward to. Also, I'll have my Tales from the Month, or Journey into Monthlies. My comic book order came in, so yay. It got delayed too, and it finally showed up, so yay. But thank you, and I will catch you guys in that video.